Hi guys, so today's video is going to be an indie palette collection video. I've split this one into two parts because I've got a lot of indie palettes and I thought it would be too long. I think the sweet spot for people's attention span is probably about 20 minutes, I think. I know mine is, and this would have probably been about 45 minutes if I'd have filmed it all, because indie makeup has got my heart. It's where all of the best colour stories are. I'm so excited to show you these palettes, some of which I think you've probably seen before other people talking about, but I just want to share my thoughts and opinions on them and show you what I've got in my collection. So without any further ado, let's hop into the video. I'm going to start with my Juvia's Place palette. With these I'm just going to whiz through each of them and just show you which ones I've got and then just briefly show you the insides. These do get a lot of hype on YouTube, so I think most of you will have seen them anyway. I just wanted you to see which ones I'd got in my collection, which are all the colourful ones. I don't have the neutral ones, so I don't have the Warrior 1, Warrior 2 or the Nubian one in my collection, but I have all the others. So this one is the Magic, and that's what the inside of that one looks like. Then I've got the Masquerade, and that's what the inside of that one looks like. I've got the Nubian 2, this one's a great palette for fall looks. I really love it for that reason. That's when I bought it last October, and it's great for those grungy sort of autumnal looks. Love that one. That one's the Nubian 2. Then I've got most of the £9 palettes, so starting with this one, the Zulu. It's a really bright, colourful rainbow palette. That's the inside of that one. I've got the Deuce, or Douce, never sure how to say that. That's the inside of that one. Super soft pink, romantic, beautiful palette, this one. I've also got the Festival, gorgeous artwork on this one, love that. And that's the colours inside. Love this one for the red. It's Zaffa in the top left hand corner, one of the best reds ever, and Oro, the mustardy shade. I love a good mustardy colour, so that one's super pretty in like the crease. Love this one. That's the Festival. And I've just recently bought this one, probably got this in January I think, the Saharan. I wasn't going to pick it up, thought it was a little bit too neutral maybe and that I didn't need it, but then decided to get it. It was on sale on Beauty Bay. I'm always a sucker for a sale, so I had to get it, and I absolutely love it. I love that Wood Abbey shade, the gold, and Iman, the white, so I keep reaching into it for those, so I'm loving that one so far. So that one's the Saharan, and then I'll save my two favourite ones to last. So this one's the Saharan 2. That's the inside of that one. The shade in the bottom row in the middle comes out like a mulberry pink matte. It's just so pretty, and then I love to use the blue shimmers together with that one and just create such a gorgeous look. This one's so underrated. I think people don't talk about this one as much as it deserves. Love that one. That's the Saharan 2. And then this one I've only had maybe 2 weeks I think now, and I couldn't get this one on Beauty Bay, which is where I buy my Juvia's Place palettes. It probably will come to Beauty Bay eventually, but it takes forever for them to pick them up, so I don't normally like to do this, but I got this one from the Juvia's website from the US. And I was really impressed actually. It cost less than it cost to buy on Beauty Bay, and it came in 2 weeks. It cost me the equivalent of £17 by the time I'd paid shipping. So they have some really good sales on the Juvia's site, and it came packed beautifully, so I wouldn't have any issues with ordering from them again. But that's the Tribe. It has the best colour story ever. Just love the shades inside that because I love greens and I love oranges. So can't wait to play with that more. I've created a couple of looks with it, but as it's new to my collection, I haven't tried every shade yet, but the ones I have tried are really, really nice. So that one's the Tribe by Juvia's. So that's all of my Juvia's Place palettes. Then I've got 3 coloured Raine palettes. This one looks disgusting. It's that sort of material that as soon as you get fingerprints on it, you can't get them off. It's got a slip case that I keep it in that's like gold, so that helps a little bit because you can't see it then, but that doesn't alter how beautiful it is inside. So it's going to be difficult to show you without reflections in the camera on this one, to be honest. When this one came out, it was limited edition and everybody loved it so much that they brought it back, and I'm fairly sure that it is permanent in their line now. So it's all your warm tones but purples, and some of the best shimmer shades that I've got in my collection are from this brand. Absolutely love Your Majesty, as you can see up there, and Noble Woman. Those 2 shades are my favourite. I've got a little dent forming in those already. So that one's the Queen of Hearts by coloured Raine. Then I've got the Cheers to the Beauty palette, which is absolutely massive. Like if you take the other one in comparison, you can see that one's quite a big palette. This one's enormous. But the reason for that is because it has a highlighter inside as well. So that's that one. Highlighter is lovely. It's got a pink shift to it. Pink shifty highlighters are my absolute favourite, so I really like that. I wish you could get a bigger size of that just on its own. Maybe you can, but Beauty Bay don't stock it if that's the case. But again, it's got some really beautiful shimmers in it. The green shade Grandeur and the blue shade Opulence are my favourites in this one. But they're all good, to be honest, and their matte formula's really good as well. Just really great quality palettes. So that one is the Cheers to the Beauty. And the last one that I have from coloured Raine is the Very Cute. There were 4 palettes that came out in this smaller format from them. I only got the chance from Beauty Bay to pick up one of these really, because they had 2. They had the Rust palette, I can't remember the full name of it, but it's Oranges and Rust, which I really didn't need. I've got lots of those sort of shades, so I decided just to get this one, the Very Cute. And that's the shades in that one. And looking at them in the pan just doesn't do them justice. The purple colour, Pommer Berry, however you say that, at the bottom, just looks so different on the eyes to what it looks in the pan there, and it's really, really bright and colourful. It's so nice. And I like that purple berry shade as well, because it's like one of these sort of grey purpley shades that you just don't find very often. So I have really enjoyed using this one. Despite the fact there's only 6 shades, you can make a lot of different looks with it as well, which I always appreciate. So that one is the Very Cute. And then at Halloween this year, I picked up this one from LA Splash, and to be quite honest, I bought it purely because of the packaging, because it's just so gorgeous. Look at that, just so unusual packaging, and the pattern goes all the way to the back as well. And then the colours inside of that one, it's a rainbow palette really, but I find the colours really easy to use and quite inspiring the way it's laid out, and they are slightly different to your normal rainbow kind of colours. And I've made some quite nice looks with this one, and it was the equivalent of £20, I think, £21, something like that. So for the money I've paid for it and the quality of it, I'm super impressed. I know they've got a new palette that's just come out, and I'm interested to get that one as well. I like the size of it, the pan size, the artwork on it. So I'm really loving this one. That one's the Classic Horror by LA Splash. Then I've got the Creepy Cute palette from Strobe Cosmetics. I ordered this one off of the Strobe Cosmetics website. Again, it came really quickly, really good service from them, nicely packed. In fact, I got free shipping on that one because I ordered 4 singles, got myself over the shipping limit, so I've got some nice shimmer shades to use with this palette and the other one that I picked up at the same time. So I've got both the palettes that they've currently got. This one is their pastel palette, Creepy Cute. I've still got the plastic on that one. I do tend to keep the plastic on top of them to protect the shades inside. And this has got the best pastels known to man, honestly. Cold Shoulder is just the best colour. It's the most pigmented pastel blue. I was so impressed with the formula. And then I use Tombstone quite a lot as well, because I like doing blue and grey looks. So I reach into this palette for that, to use in my crease. Haven't used some of the shades yet. I need to play with this a lot more. Haven't used Third Eye or Strawberry Milk yet. But the black's really good as well, Void. Really like that. So yeah, really impressed with the quality of this. Can't wait to see what else they've got coming this year. That one is the Creepy Cute. I also have from Strobe Cosmetics the Divinity palette, which was their second release. That one came out autumn or fall of last year. I love the shades Milder and Ocean in this palette, because I love a good green and a good mustardy shade. And that purple metallic, you can see just how gorgeous that is if I tilt it a little bit. That's just a beautiful, beautiful shade. So again, really nice palette. I love the size of these palettes. They're compact, easy to store, nice cardboard packaging, which is what I prefer. So that's the Divinity from Strobe. And then I have two palettes from a brand called Certify, which is a UK based indie brand. Heard about this brand from Angelica Nikis' channel. She covers all colourful makeup. I'm sure you know who she is. And as soon as I saw these palettes being featured, I decided I wanted to pick them up. So I've only got this one and one other one so far, but I'd like to collect the set. Again, they're really thin packaging, easy to store. This one is all matte shades. I'll put it that way so that I can get it into shot for you. But all matte shades. With your blues and greens at the bottom and your more warm toned orangey reds and purples at the top. And then this is their most recent release. So this one's the Affinity palette. And that's the shades in that one. So you've got purples and pinks at the bottom, and then moving up to your warm toned oranges. Just a warm tone purple and orange and red lover's dream, really. This one, it's so gorgeous. And the packaging, they've uprated the packaging a bit, so the outside here is nicer than the original palettes. It's easier to clean, it just looks nicer as well. And they've got another palette in the works, which I can't wait for that to come out. It's coming anytime soon. That's gonna be greens and blues, but the same layout as this, the same sort of design in terms of the background. I think it's going to be silver. This one's all matte. That one's going to have, I think, 2 or 3 shimmers in it. But I'm excited to pick that one up, and I'll definitely jump on that as soon as that one comes out. But that one's the Affinity palette. And then I'm going to show you my Blush Tribe palettes, which again, Blush Tribe is a UK based indie brand, and the owner of Blush Tribe and the owner of Certify, the palettes I've just shown you, are sisters, but they've got their own separate brands with their own unique formulas as well. So this one's the original Hasina palette. Oh, still got it in the slip case there. I've not had this one all that long. I think I've only used it once. I do like it though, because for every matte that you've got a corresponding shimmer shade that you can use to pair with it, which is a great idea. It makes it super wearable, easy to just dip into the one palette and create a multitude of different colourful looks. I can see me getting a lot of use out of this one as the spring comes around because of the type of colours that are in it. I think it came out last year, sort of spring, summer, so I think for me, obviously I picked it up a bit later than that, but it's going to be great for me for this year, for spring. So that one's the Hasina one. And I've also got the Hasina 2. Oops. And that one has got greens, blues and purples, as you can see. The greens in this one are out of this world. I love that shade right in the middle at the top row. Just a unique shade to me. I haven't seen a colour like that in any other palette. And then the colour Mani, if that's how you say it, which is like a grungy sort of army green, is great as well. And I love that there's a black in this one because you can really deepen up your looks. It makes it more versatile. So really enjoying this one and can't wait to create a few more looks with it. I've not used it all that much, probably used it 2 or 3 times. As I say, these are newer palettes to my collection, so I've only had this one maybe a month or so. That one's the Hasina 2. And then last but not least, I've got the Paulina palette. So Paulina Beauty is a YouTuber. I'm sure you're all aware of who Paulina is, if you're into colourful makeup like me. But she collaborated with Blush Tribe to pick out her own shades and put them into her own palette, which was limited edition. And I'm so glad to have this one in my collection. She did such a gorgeous job of picking the shades out in this one. And the shades Solely and Thingaling, which are the green and the paler purple shimmer shades, are really like multi-dimensional shimmers, really pretty. And there's a couple of shades in here that were in other palettes. I believe Paulina and Aubergine was in a previous palette of theirs called the Fall Fusion, but all the others are new colours, all named after things that mean something to Paulina. So that's the Paulina palette. I'm saying it Paulina because I know that's the correct way to pronounce it because she's a Swedish YouTuber. Okay guys, so that wraps up my indie palette collection part 1. If you'd like to see a part 2, then please let me know down in the comments. Also, this makeup look that I'm wearing is from one of the palettes that you've seen, so if you've made it right to the end, please let me know down in the comments if you can guess which palette I used to create this eye look that I'm wearing today. But thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!